Hey guys, hoping everyone knows to come over here. Okay, guys, welcome to the Brooke. You're gonna have to correct me. Arete, I think that's how it's pronounced. I you just told me and I already messed it up.
Arete.
Arete. I was like, oh, I know I'm gonna mess this up again. Okay, well, welcome to the Arete. So long, so excited to have you guys here. Um, yeah, and we're gonna wait well, we'll wait like a couple more minutes, maybe one more minute to get really started. Um, and we are going to go through a little agenda and introduce ourselves. And you can raise your hand if you are a new member. If like I don't know if there's like a little hand raiser thing or like add a little reaction or something. If you're new here. And if you're new, welcome. Excited to have you. Olivia, are you sharing your screen for the presentation? Assuming. And if you're talking, we can't hear you. I think you are talking. You're muted or something. Still muted. Okay, you're like, I know. Okay. By the way, guys, this is recorded for people that can't join, so just so you guys know. Okay, well, I think Olivia's, I don't know. Okay, let's see. She might be helping someone get in. I don't know. There's a chat here though. Okay, well, how are you guys doing? Feel free to put your cameras on if you want, no pressure. Um, there's a chat if you don't want to talk, you can message if you have any questions. This week we go over picking out fabric, which is my favorite week. I love picking out fabric and playing with colors and helping you guys do that as well. We have Brooke here to also help. So we'll do a little intro. Um, I'm Taylor from Toe to Toe and Toad Circle, and I've been quilting for about 6 years now. Maybe, yeah, maybe more. Live in Seattle, Washington, but I'm from the Philadelphia area. I don't know. I usually don't like do this much of about me, but why not? Have two dogs. And yeah, I don't know what else. Um, I guess we can go over like reading. I mean, I like all genres, pretty much just read anything. And I'm really excited about these book picks. I already like bought two of them today. I went to the half price bookstore because I wanted to see if they had them in stock, and I got a used one for like $8. So I'm really excited. Um, anyways, Brooke, feel free to introduce yourself. This is our guest designer. So happy to have you.
Hey everybody, I'm Brooke with Eudaimonia Studio. Apparently everything I do is hard to pronounce. Eudaimonia is the Greek term for human flourishing. And so kind of hence the Arete theme, and I'll dive a little bit into that a bit later. But yeah, I like Taylor, have been quilting for 6 or 7 years. I usually just think, how long has my niece been alive? Because that was my impetus for picking up quilting, as I'm sure a lot of you maybe share that story. Um, and I live in Salt Lake City. I'm originally from Dallas, lived in Chicago for a long time, but have settled here in the mountains, which I love. And um, they provide a ton of inspiration and just therapy, really. Good old human or Mother Nature. So, yeah, I'm so excited to be here. Love what I'm like seeing all the inspo in Discord, and so excited to engage with you guys. And thanks for joining me.
Excited to have you. Um, and then Olivia, who's coming in and out. I don't, she might be,
I'm
oh,
here.
there she is. Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that the people that happen to join in Discord are being escorted over.
Okay, got it. Yeah, because usually we do this in Discord, and ran into some issues last so long, so trying to do Zoom. I don't know, it's confusing, but there's different restrictions for both, so um, oh, you couldn't get out.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna send an email to help someone get over here. 1 second.
Okay, cool. Well, this is my assistant, Olivia. As you guys, it's probably obvious. So she helps with all things Toad Circle. She's one of the admins on the Discord channel, is behind most of my emailing. So if you have any questions, she's probably the one that's answering you. She knows everything that's going on. So if you have any questions, feel free to either hit her up or me on Discord or email, whatever is easiest. So yeah, that is just kind of if you have any questions or support. We also have a support channel in Discord. And if you've been here for a bit, you'll see that I have been rearranging Discord this week. So hopefully it's for the better. And if you guys have any suggestions or what to make the community better, more organized, easier
No
to
problem.
kind of, you know, get grasp on. So okay. You back, Olivia?
Yes, I am back.
Okay, cool.
Am I introducing myself? What did I miss?
I mean, I just introduced you. You can introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Olivia. I am Taylor's assistant. I'm sure she literally just said that. But I help her with pretty much her whole entire life. And I currently live in Colorado. I'm in Colorado Springs. So if there's anyone close to me in Denver or anything, I am local to you. Which anyone in Denver, there is a shop hop happening in Denver, I think. So if anyone needs to know that. Yeah, I have a dog, 2 cats. I'm kind of nerdy. I read horror mystery books, play video games on my computer. I think that's it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, shall we get started?
I'm ready when you are. Are you wanting to share the screen or do you want me to share?
Oh, I thought you were sharing it, but I mean, I can too.
I could share the
presentation. I'll share
presentation,
Discord.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Oh, this doesn't have a mirror on. This doesn't have a picture on it. Oh, well.
Present. Let me make sure that's okay. And then do I have permissions to share my screen? No, you have to turn on permissions. Or like specifically give me.
Okay, I think I made you a host. One day we'll have this smooth for everyone.
I think. Can everyone see the Toad Circle
Yep. Well, I
How do you pronounce it? I feel like I'm gonna panic and say it wrong.
can.
Arete.
Yeah, Arete,
Okay.
Arete.
Okay, as long as everyone can see that, then we're good. You can take off.
It's fine. I've been pronouncing Arete for all of my Instagram stories and everything, and
Yeah.
so just found out today that it's not pronounced
Yeah,
that way.
Brooke
So
graciously corrected us.
yeah, she's
just a
like,
second
"You're
ago.
wrong." Okay, well, if you're presenting, you gotta go to the.
We did this.
Okay, we already did this, so we can just skip. Usually, we totally forget to introduce ourselves. Yeah, new member orientation. So quickly, we're gonna walk through. I mean, if you're here in this Zoom call, you're probably have already logged into your portal and logged into Discord, hopefully, if you want to be a Discord member. And then we'll go through how to use Canva templates, also Quilt Link, which is not on here, and then just like some normal housekeeping, like voting on this So Long's book. And then we'll jump into picking out fabric, understanding the coloring chart, how to make your own mockups in Canva, and do a little show and tell. So we're just gonna go through the Discord and just kind of show what everyone's been up to. And then it's just a fun way to like do a recap. Sometimes we talk about people's um, picks and offer some suggestions if we think it might not represent the pattern well, because this is a mystery and we want to make sure you guys are happy because this is your fabric, your tools and whatnot. So we want to make sure you guys are happy with the end product. So definitely here to answer any and all questions about fabric, and we want to make sure that you feel confident going into week 2 cutting your fabric. So we are definitely very on it this week. And then show you little kits. I mean, our kits that are available, and then the Q&A. So that's basically that. If you have not logged into your Toad Circle portal, there's many ways you can get to it. It's at the top of the screen. If you're not on mobile, it's up there. If you're on mobile, you do have to hit the little hamburger button, and then you can get to it that way. If you just go to Toad Circle, the drop down, that also populates. If you go to your account, that button, you can get it through there. Lots of ways to get to your portal. And if you, yeah, so basically this is where you'll find everything. You'll find the schedule. You'll find how to get to your Discord community. You will where the discounts and partnerships are, because there's a lot of fun discounts that shops offer. Also, long arming is a big discount, so you'll definitely want to take advantage of that if you plan on getting your quilts long armed. So many things are in your portal, so if you have any questions or where you might like find anything, check your portal first, and then it's probably there. What was I just about to say? Oh, the link, the PDF. You will. I guess it's in the next slide. I don't know if you're talking about that. This is where you get the weekly updates. So the link stays the same throughout the entire So Long. So you do not need to go to your portal every single week and click on the link. You can just refresh it on your browser. You can click on the link on page 3. The PDF should be interactive, so you can click on that like directly on the downloaded PDF, and it'll just re-update for the next week. Will be just added on the back of the PDF. So like this week you only see week 2, next week you'll see week 1 and 2. That way you're not dealing with like many different files. And if you're not seeing the updated week 1, I'm not always with it in the morning, so I might be just running a little bit late. So give me some grace. It should be populated by 9 a.m. on Tuesdays. Sometimes it's more like 10 a.m. Pacific time. So if you're not seeing, if it's been like a couple hours, then it's definitely up there. You just need to refresh your browser and clear the caches or the cookies, because sometimes it holds on to that and it doesn't automatically update the link. So that's that on that. Okay. Okay, yeah. So now I'm just gonna go through the Discord community. And if you've been here for a while, then you can just kind of chill out. You probably know this, but honestly, I'd pay attention because I really did a lot of rearranging. But um, okay, my dogs are playing. My dogs are playing tug of war in the background, and I know you probably can't hear it, but it's distracting me. Great, can you guys see
I can
the
see.
screen? Okay, cool. Um, right now this is up. Well, I guess because Olivia's still in it. Okay,
Yeah, I'm trying to catch anyone
so
that comes in later.
yeah. So first things first about Discord, if you're new here, it may feel a little overwhelming because there's a lot of channels, but I promise once you start clicking around and using some of the features where you can hide channels or turn off notifications for channels that you're not interested in, then it's easier to digest. So when you get in here, we're kind of working on the server guide right now. So that's kind of a work in progress, but you can go here and there's important channels. These are like the most important channels of the server. So I would definitely have these notifications turned on. That way you're up to date on any announcements. We do not spam, and any announcements is like actually like what's happening. So it's like one weekly announcement basically, unless we have something else that's important. So that's all this is like, I would say the most important. I mean, support you don't need notifications on, but it's just to know that that's there. So I have kind of categorized. Oh, also, let's just stay up here for a minute. Events. This is where all of the sew-ins and the Zoom calls will be for the entire sew-along. So if you want to just mark all these in your calendar, take note of them. We have them all listed out. Everything we'll be doing. You can mark interested just to let us know who's out, just get a general count. But that is where all your events at a glance will be. This is also in your portal, but just, browse channels. So this is all of the channels that are in this server. So you can go over here and you can uncheck follow category. So by unchecking these, it just means that you will not be updated or notified for
It removes it from the options that you see on the left. So it makes it condensed to only what you want to talk about.
Okay.
And then the follow category one is a separate one where you can choose to get notifications about that entire section of channels.
Okay. I don't know why this is popping up on my suggested. Okay. Yeah, so that's just kind of like if you want to see it on the left side over here, then you should have it checked. Yeah, so that's basically, you can also change that by show all channels. I swear I did not uncheck that.
The second you start messing with the check marks in this little area that you're in with the list of channels, yeah, it turns it off.
Okay, so if you don't want all the channels to be shown, you can uncheck that and you can kind of play around with what you want to see, what you don't want to see. It's all very I don't want to say specialized. It's what am I thinking of? You know what I'm trying to say.
Customizable.
Customizable, thank you. Thank you. I don't know where my brain's at. Okay, very customizable for what you want. You can also right click on anything and say mute channel for whatever. You can change the notifications for every single channel. You can make it so only if you're at mentioned, then you get notified. So yeah, highly suggest playing around with that so you're not feeling overwhelmed. And then I'll move down here. So I've kind of mixed around the folders a little bit to hopefully make it a little easier on like where things are. I've renamed information to town hall. So this is like everything going on with Toad Circle that you need, like top tier stuff that no conversations, just basically me and Olivia sending things out. So we'll besides, it's a perfect example of how you join the ask for support. So announcements here. This is every single week. There's going to be an announcement of everything you need in that whatever for that week. Giveaways, important links. Yeah, oh, that's kind of pretty self-explanatory. General, this is everything that's just general conversation. If it doesn't fit anywhere else in any other chat, then head over here and it will be, you could just chat away in this. Toad and sew patterns. If you're making a non-toad circle quilt and it's a toad and sew pattern, this is a great way to ask questions and ask for or just share your recent make. Give me 1 second. I am going to yell at my dogs for a second. Toad. Okay. Whew. It's causing mayhem in the background. I'm like, okay. Yeah. Pickle support group. This just started. I don't even know. Maybe the second so long. People were really into the Kona pickle color and wanted a support group. And now we just talk about pickles and send pickle fabric in. I don't really know what else. So if you really like pickles and you want to talk about pickles, and no, it's not a euphemism for something like my friend thought when I showed her this. It's literally about pickles. So.
Pickles or the pickle color.
Pickles or the pickle color, yes. So general, whatever. Also, you can God, my brain. Collapse. You can collapse each category and whatever like is populated or like it has a message that you haven't seen yet will just pop up, so it's a lot easier on the eyes. And then sew alongs is the next category. So here, if you're doing the Cascade Bloom sew along, this is where you'll chat about that. Where I'm gonna post the Cascade Bloom's like a very chill, laid back sew along. So I'm just gonna post like the weekly blog and whatever in this. The Arete sew along. You hear that, bro? The Arete sew along is here. So this is a forum, so it's slightly different than just a normal text channel. You do have to come in here and actually click on the channel or each thread to follow it. So here it says following up here. This is where every week we will post a new week and then have a new thread. And we're discussing for future sew-alongs whether we want to keep it this way or we want to just have one long thread. We're trying to figure out whether people are okay with the surprise being ruined if they're behind. So might do a little like poll on that later. But this is how it is for now.
Can I add a poll in the chat?
Yeah, maybe.
I want to do that.
Yeah, because like we don't know if we need to be separating each week, but some people might not want the surprise to be ruined. That's why we've had it this way. But up to you guys, really, honestly. So that's where sew alongs will be. And then any book talk here is, yeah, we talk about books. I mean, that's one of the reasons why you joined. So book talk is basically general for books only. And you want to update, you want to send your Goodreads account or we're talking about Fable, whatever you want to, like if you want to share any of those accounts with people and follow them, that's a good place to do it. Sew along books this is where we talk about the sew along book that we pick. So last sew along we read Wayward. This sew along is TBD and you guys will vote on that. And then book reviews. I love this one. I don't know. So if you read a book that you like or read a book that you hate or whatever, you just read a book and you want to make a review. If you're already reviewing it somewhere else, you can just copy and paste that. That's kind of what I do. And I think it's fun if you've, read a book and see if someone else has read it and you guys can chat and hear about it. Also, if you like the author Sarah J. Maas, this is just a thread just for her. So there's different, I don't know, you can post in here and you can, if you really like an author, whatever you want to do, this is kind of like your guys' thing. I just ask that if it's a book, include the the title, the author, and a picture. So, okay. And then social hall, you guys, most of the self-explanatory is introductions, your locations, and my favorite, Toad's Animal Friends, which is just your guys' pets, which I love. So it's easy. Last thing is the hobby corner. So if you're into other crafts like garment sewing, this is also if you have any sewing recommendations or if you have any sewing questions, crocheting, knitting, whatever it is, this is a good thing to discuss other hobbies that you guys might have. TV shows, this is a popular place where we discuss mostly trash TV, but other fun. If you're watching a show and you want to see if anyone else is watching it, just make a thread. And I definitely suggest if you do make a new thread with the TV, hit up the general chat and just be like, "Hey, anyone watching this?" and then tag the thread. Because otherwise people might not see it because it's like I said, one of the forums, which is weird. D&D, gaming nerds, just a bunch of people playing D&D and gamers. So, you know, and recipes. There's no recipes yet. So if you want to put a recipe in here, if not, this might be archived because there's no recipes. So, and then down here for welcome, we're trying to figure out, like I just made like basically what I just did, is under channel tour. So if you, I don't know, want to like revisit what I just said, it's under channel tour. And that's basically it. Olivia, did I miss anything? Oh, previous so-longs. Yeah, if you want, I think we'll only keep like the last two and then archive from there. Still kind of TBD on that previous so-long situation, but people are still posting about the lemon blossom. A lot of people are just wrapping up the lemon blossom now, so I like to definitely keep it open for a bit.
I think my question, which is kind of like a poll to the audience, would be one, how important is it to you to have access to the chats from previous mystery quilt so-longs?
Yes.
Because that would tell us a lot about like what to keep available for you guys versus what to clear out. We're seeing a lot with lemon blossom because people are like wrapping it up slowly. And we don't see a lot posted in the other ones, but if that's something that you guys are interested in, we can keep it open.
Yeah.
Feel free to unmute and say whatever or put it in chat.
Yeah. Guess I can minimize this. Yeah. So that's just something to, you know, noodle on. I hate that phrase, but that is, you know, that is the perfect term for it right now. Yeah, just something to think about. We've been discussing this extensively and cannot come to a solid answer. Okay. I don't know if I don't think I missed anything else with that. Also we have under voice channels, we have like a community hangout. You guys are welcome to join them at any time. And if you're just sewing and you want to see if anyone else is online and hang out and kind of like co-sew together or co-work, I don't know. Just know that that's there. It doesn't get utilized a lot, but maybe because people don't know it's there. I don't know. So just another little tidbit there. Yeah, and that's it. And honestly, I've been really tweaking the Discord. All of these categories are new and everything. Under town hall, if you have a suggestion box, please let me know because I am down for whatever. Like any suggestions on how to make this better. And it doesn't just have to be Discord related. It could be Toad Circle related. It could be if you even have a suggestion for a future book, if you have a suggestion for a future guest designer, whatever it is. So definitely take advantage of that. So. Okay, I am going to stop sharing and I think we're good, right?
Yes, I would say so.
Okay.
And then I can go back to sharing.
Okay, cool.
Let me. Okay, and then if you want to make me host again.
Oh, sorry, yes. Also, it just seemed like a lot of people do like going to revisit for inspiration, so that's definitely good to know. Hi, Christina. Okay, I'm making you. Christina was our last guest designer, so it's fun that she's joining. I did not know she was going to be here. Okay, you are host again.
Okay. Okay. We wrapped up Discord. Now on to things about the quilt. Or quilt pattern.
Yeah, Brooke, you wanna take the
I can
lead on
take
this?
this. Yeah.
I'm gonna butcher it. You're much more
Hmm.
poetic than I am.
Well, ChatGPT apparently was very poetic about Arete.
Yes.
So thank you for pulling this together. So a little bit about the inspiration behind the design, hopefully without giving too much away. But Arete is the Greek term for excellence, but not in this kind of perfectionist way that I'm actually trying to release, but more in, how much are you fulfilling a particular purpose, and like how well are you, kind of um, fulfilling a particular function. So this idea of kind of finding what is our individual unique purpose in this life, and what are we doing to fulfill that in the best way that we can. So that is something that I've spent a lot of time just musing and meditating on. I was excited to pull together a design that I think sort of, at least abstractly, represents that.
Which leads us into the theme of the books.
Yes, every so long I try to pick a theme of the books because otherwise it's just, you know. So I think I did a lot of scouring the internet on the best Greek books that sounded interesting. So I pulled some together and I'm really excited about these. So definitely cast your vote. They're all Greek mythology based, like a modern take on them. So sound really interesting. A lot of them are like about women empowerment or feminists in some way, um, which I don't know, I think is a fun theme. So yeah, there's definitely a clear winner so far right now, but
The link to vote is in your portal. But if you are currently on your computer and you have your phone handy, you can scan that QR code. It'll take you right to the voting form.
yes.
Oh,
Alrighty.
yeah. Okay. So I talked a little bit about the meaning behind Arete, which actually Taylor said she was mispronouncing it as Arete, which is also a word, which is a mountain ridge. So, and I kind of realized that as I was designing this, and it was kind of interesting as I was looking back at the design, that there were all these other kind of, I don't know, hidden symbols too, even after I had designed it. But I was like, oh, that's like a fun way to kind of represent this other aspect of this concept. Anyway, so I know this is kind of an interesting aggregation of photos, but I talked about the sense of purpose and fulfilling that function. So that's really kind of the compass and that signpost where, obviously we're in this life and there's so many different directions that you could go. Um, Despite the fact that, there's obviously some boxes that society often wants to try to put us in. And that is really I think those nesting squares, which I don't know, this is one of the things I realized comes out in the design after the fact, was that there's this sort of, I don't know, expanding um, design element, and that, could also represent like getting outside the traditional ideas or the paradigm that we're um, kind of like initiated into. And so kind of breaking through that to explore what else is out there for us, that, what kind of like purpose and fate and destiny is waiting for us, and how do we kind of break down this I don't know, these kind of walls that we put up for ourselves sometimes. There's that nice kind of mountain sunset and then the other mountain ridges, which I thought really nicely tied in the arete, that other kind of meaning of the same spelling, which is also incorporated into the design. Like you'll notice some sort of
Yeah.
dimensionality in this kind of appearance of ridges. And I think that also sort of, I don't know, could symbolize like reaching the mountaintop, like achieving that excellence, or, like feeling like you are on track to fulfill your purpose. So it's fun how it all kind of ties in. And so, yeah, these are the images that I found that, I think represent what the design is about.
That's a good summary.
Beautiful. Yeah. So much more like well thought out than my design process. I'm usually just like, I don't know, I just thought it looked cool.
Well, there's some of that
It's
too.
cool. Okay. Now if you want to make the abstract version and play with colors, you can use Quilt ink and use the community code TCPPL, Toad Circle People. And yeah, you can log in, so it'll be like hidden, and if you are a cheater, then we'll give you separate instructions in the cheater club if you need help with that. Yeah.
This link is also in your portal. And again, if you are on your computer and you want to go directly there from your phone, you can scan that QR code. It'll take you right to the pattern, and it'll prompt you immediately to put in this code.
Yeah, should be pretty obvious. What? Okay. Picking out colors on Canva. So you can also do this on Canva, basically.
Mhm.
So we created both options for you to create mock-ups. There's
This
a little
entire slide that's on, or this entire thing that I'm going through right now on this slide, is available in your portal as well. It's the Canva mockups or Canva coloring sheet option.
Yeah. So it should explain like how to do it. And
Yeah. All of this is in that presentation, or the Canva coloring sheet tells you, if you've never used Canva before, this will walk you through how you can recolor the things and how you can use your own swatches to add it into your mockup.
yeah. And Canva's very user friendly. So if you have any questions or you're having, trouble picking that up, just let us know and we can help you out. Yeah, so we're just gonna go through like understanding the coloring chart. So if you're new here, every so long I create an abstract viewpoint of the quilt. So what this means is that this is not what the quilt will look like, but it's a way to represent the fabric without sharing what the quilt looks like. So what fabric are touching each other and the scaling of the fabric. So what that means is in this one, each fabric is touching each other. So just assume that if fabric 2 is going to touch fabric 3, touch 1, 4, they're all going to touch at some point. That's not the case with every pattern, obviously, but it is with this one. And then also a scaling. So the 3 in the donut are all going to be represented the same amount in the quilt. And the background fabric is going to be, one of the most prominent colors. So you want to, yeah, it's the most obvious. Do you have any
It's
questions
kind of
about that?
a ratio of how much color will be present in your quilt based on how big it is in this mockup.
Yeah. And this pattern is pretty even. Sometimes one color is really small and it'll just be like a tiny little square. And then like that's not gonna be very like prominent in the quilt. And then, so it changes. Hold on, my dog's gonna let herself. Oh, she did. She knows how to open the back door.
Does anyone have any questions about an abstract quilt mock-up for this pattern? Is this confusing to anyone? Anything?
I know this is kind of a weird way to pick out fabric typically, if you've never, but just trust the process. That's my number one advice. Trust the process. If you like all the colors, you like them, how they all work together, then you'll probably like the end of the quilt. So, okay. Yeah, I kind of just walked through all of this, so we don't really need to go into this. This is in the pattern, so I just definitely suggest like we literally copied and pasted this from the pattern. So
You can start
read.
at values though, because we talked about
Oh,
these.
okay. Yes, so values, I mean, values are, it's always one of the most important aspects of this process. So I really like to dive in on values. Most quilts, if you have an even amount of light, mediums, darks, you know, it all works out. You don't want too many of the same values, otherwise the actual design can get lost. So typically, like if you're doing a really light background, I would just do, you know, a light, I'll call the background lightest. So lightest, and then I would do a light, medium, and dark as the donut colors. You know, if you're, stop whining. If you're going with a medium background, then you can go with a lightest, dark, just whatever you want to make sure that the background, you know, stands out from the rest of the three colors. So I would just start with, you know, 4 tones and make sure that they, you know, there's a scale. So you can take a picture of some scrap fabric, put your phone in black and white mode and see, can you see all the different colors as a grayscale, or does it just turn into one homogeneous gray color of all the fabrics? So that's a great starting point. And you know, sometimes like it's okay to have some low volume, you know, not like low contrast, I mean. So it's not the worst if you have like 2 mediums, a dark and a light. You know, that's totally fine. I just wouldn't have 3 mediums and a dark, or three, you know what I mean? So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. But yeah, and then prints are okay for this pattern. It could potentially make the pattern look busy. I mean, that's kind of vaguely what we say every so long, because with that, you know, it's hard to go too into it without giving anything away. I would even say large prints work with this pattern because the pieces are fairly larger. So if you look in a 6x6 frame, if you like what you see with that larger scale print, nothing weird's getting cut off, no heads are getting cut off in a weird way that you might be upset about, then that's totally fine. So yeah, just remember though that those 3 donut colors are all touching each other. So if you go with 2 really busy large scale prints, then they might get lost with each other. So I definitely would suggest like a balance of maybe a low volume, maybe a larger scale print, and then maybe like a solid or another blender might be like a good option, and then like a solid backing or background, sorry. So with the values, I would also take that to the print scale as well. So, you know, a kind of a scale of size prints. In my
Large,
head, I'm
medium,
making a
small.
lot of sense, but
Yeah, if you're going with prints and you want to apply the same theory as like the dark, medium, and light colors, then it would be like a semi-large, a medium, and like either a solid or like a barely like a blender, like a speckled or a starry or something.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, here we just have a bunch of examples. So I don't know. This is the cover example.
And your colors, Brooke, were what for your cover?
Oh, I think it was coconut milk, wisteria, olive oil, and golden bronze. And those are
Hmm.
AGF pure solids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was gonna guess, but I didn't know about the purple, but Worcester definitely makes sense. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna ask if we can have an olive oil support group also.
Oh, I mean, I think we've talked about olive oil in the pickle support chat, so I think they're like one and the same. But pickle's
Okay.
more fun to say it. Basically the same. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of us just putting in random prints. So
I tried to pull
just, you
colors
know,
that were similar to the cover whenever I was
true.
pulling them to show that like you can have the same effect and have a print and it like basically look like the cover if you want. But
Yeah.
if you're not a
And
solid
it's
flipping person.
Yeah, and if it's important to note that there is in fact a directional print in this. If you don't care about directions, then do it. We're not here to tell you what to do and what to not do. Some people are very they care a lot about the directions of prints. We will not tell you how to make the directions all face one way. That is not written in the directions. So if you just don't care, then be my guest. It'll still look cool. It's just if you do care, don't do it.
Save that for when the full
Yeah,
design has been revealed, and then you can go back
yeah,
and make those placement options yourself.
yeah.
Exactly
That's
what we were
what we
just
just
talking
said.
about.
I'm like one step
So
ahead of
upside
this
down
thing.
skiers are a thing too, so that one could
Yeah.
work.
True.
Okay, and then all of our examples. So some options that you have if you want to visualize some new color choices. I really like the starry one.
Yeah,
I
it's making me want to make a starry
stinking
one,
love that.
honestly.
Yeah.
Like this one
And
too.
then this one, I think I pulled inspiration from like art gallery fabrics, pure solids, and like evergreen, maybe like swimming pool. I think you said like
Yeah.
toasty walnut for this and like honey for this one.
Toasty walnut, you mean? No, I think that top one's like blushing. Crystal
Blushing.
pink.
Could be.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
toasty walnut. Oh my God, I was thinking of a dark color. To me, that looks pink. I don't know. Maybe it is toasty walnut.
Yeah. I mean, toasty
My
walnut can
Yeah.
screen's
read as pink
also
sometimes. Maybe
Yeah.
sweet mac. Yeah.
But yeah, I think with this one it's important, like a dark background, and then like I would say that the yellow and that blue are pretty similar in value, but it totally works. So like I wouldn't go too crazy. I just if that pink one was also a medium tone, then I would say you might want to go lighter with one of the colors. Or why are you laughing? Because I said pink.
No, that's the chat.
Okay. I was like, okay, yeah, next one.
This is a Ruby Star Society.
Ooh, that's fun. It's
Teddy
like
and the
80s
Bears.
roller rink.
Mm-hmm. It's a collection that should be coming out later this year. It's not out yet, but this is a good if you want to copy the colors. So like a dark background, like a bright pop of color, a medium blue, and then this like saturated like pink color.
Yeah, that's fun.
And then this is like basically a lighter version of this one to me.
Yeah.
Anyone want to guess the colors? Christina?
Ocean fog, evergreen, coconut milk, or
that could be
creme
like
de la creme,
vanilla custard.
I would say
vanilla
that
custard.
background's like Pacific.
Yeah. I was thinking you had a rosemary.
It's ocean fog.
That could be.
No, you got.
Rosemary,
I think all of our
is more
screens look
blue,
wildly
though.
different.
Yeah. I am looking at it on my bad screen. So.
If you have a pop of color, what's the best position? It literally does not matter. They're all equal in the quilt, and you'll be able to, yeah.
It's all evenly dispersed. I would just say like,
Yeah. Maybe not the background.
If you are the type of person that likes really loud stuff, the background would be your pop of color essentially.
Yeah. Or just one of the three, and then yeah.
Yeah, like this one, I could see white being the pop of color against the black, but also the pink can look that way too. They're it's all even. The size of these little thirds of the donut mean that each one has the same amount of color throughout the quilt. There's this one. This one has directional fabrics in it. Again, they will not all be pointing upright if you choose directional. I was
That's
going
such
for
a cute
tones and
print.
colors. Yeah, I think these are all art gallery fabrics. I want to say
Yeah,
it's
they
like
are.
Kate Shea, maybe. Looks like Kate Shea.
I need to find those strawberries. I've never seen
Yeah.
that. It's cute.
Those are your colors. That should be the backing for the cover quilt, or it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, too late. Too little, too late.
I know. I just cute. Oh,
I threw in a brown option for you, Taylor, because I know you like brown.
I do like brown.
Yeah. This feels very woodsy.
That's a very
It feels like,
fall
yeah,
tones.
like I'm going on a hike and I'm about to take a picture of my quilt at the top of my mountain. This one,
Pinkies.
thanks. And this one looks like a macaroni noodle.
Mm.
It
I just want
doesn't
to say
literally
that
look like a macaroni noodle in the quilt. It just looks like it right now.
yeah, dude, my husband saw these like abstract things. He's like, you got to make a quilt of this. He always ends up liking the abstract views. Like, he's like, you got to make that quilt. I was like,
Here's
Yeah.
some blue options. I feel like this one feels like it would be perfect on a boat almost. It's giving
Coastal.
very like nautical coastal vibes. And then this one,
Ooh, this is my favorite.
I think Tara from Full Moon made a quilt kit similar to this. We'll have to pull it up at the end, but yeah, I like this one. And then
like
this
that
one too.
Oh, I also really like this one. You know, because I feel like I never reach for that green. Actually, I would like never reach for that green, but it's super cute.
Oh, the strawberry from this one is a Lilliput.
Lilliput. Well, they're all Lilliput, right? I think
Yeah.
they're Sharon Hans.
Yeah.
Okay, I just missed that one.
Yeah.
Nice. That one's great.
Thank you, Megan, in the comments.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Do you want to go through Discord again? Switch
Yeah.
back. Let me make you the host. There you go.
What am I showing me at Discord?
Discord week 1.
My brain, I'm telling you. All right, week 1 at Discord. All right. Cool. So just kind of like go slowly. This person's name, Ariel Premo. I don't know if you're in the chat, but my husband's name is Alex Palermo, and every time I see this name, I think he's in this chat, and it confuses me. Sorry, that was definitely a side note. Okay. Oh, damn, she already got these. Yeah, this is very much like that one we were you just showed.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Just
gonna
like
be so
lighter,
cute.
that meditation color. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like mod, like I don't know, like 50s mod tones, I feel like. Mod,
Mm-hmm.
I love the what's it called? Add it up. I love
Oh
this.
yeah.
I mean, I like all of these, so I like
Yeah.
this bottom one. You guys can't see my mouse, can you? I like the bottom
I can see
right
yours.
one. Oh, you can. Bottom right, bottom middle. So I've been wanting to use a pink background for a long time, and I feel like I always chicken out. And I don't know, I really like this. I feel like the center one.
How
Well,
do
all
you
these look
feel
really good.
about the tones of these colors together?
I think the pink is a little harder, but I think this left one works because it has like a light pink and like a really dark. And then like a medium, which because the background's a medium, and I always find medium backgrounds the hardest to work with for me. I think like if it's a medium background, it's really hard to like pick out the colors I want because a lot of times they fall in that weird medium range. So that's just something like, and I think with this pattern it would look fine. thought it's just something to note. So yeah, this is another kit. Super cute.
Oh yeah, that one's kind of similar to what I was just showing.
Yeah.
The last one that I think she has a kit for.
And this is what's his name? I just went to his like house
Oh,
in
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Chicago. Thank yeah. Yeah, so this is a backing. I mean, all these. I mean, if it looks like she's pulling from colors in the quilt, so I
No, I
like
love
this one
that
a
one.
lot.
That's
Yeah, that's
actually a
probably
great
my
technique
favorite.
for anyone who doesn't know. If
Yes.
you find a print that you like and you either look at the selvage and see like all of the different colors that are in it, or just look at the main print itself and pull fabric colors from that. That's a great way to pick your
Yeah,
hat.
and I don't know about all companies, but like AGF, if you go to the print on their website, they have solids like on their website that go with the print.
Mhm.
So if you want to like pick out a backing, you're like, oh, I love this backing. And then I used to do that a lot. I would pick the backing first and then pick the colors all based off of that. I love this print.
I'm pretty sure that's
It's so
AGF, right?
fun.
Yeah,
AGF?
it
Yeah.
is. Um,
But I love this. I think that's gonna look great. I
Yeah, it
love
looks like those
the
colors were pulled from that print.
yeah. I mean
Kind of.
maybe like a lighter pink, or I guess oh there's purple. Yeah. I mean honestly, maybe this Bewitch could be a navy potentially. I don't know, that's just a thought pulling in like this dark navy color. Or I don't know. I like this background a lot. The periwinkle background, love it. I think that works great. Because I don't know, typically if I have like a super dark heavy backing, I like to pick a lighter background for the front. Yeah, if I come across any of your guys and you want any, I don't know, feedback or have any thoughts you want to say, all of these look great because the values are great. So I think they're all would be successful just based off of like the values in the selection. It's just a rearrangement of what you want and what you're feeling. So I don't really think you can go wrong with pretty much any of these options.
The new Halloween mini starry that just came out would look so cute as the white background of this because it's a mix of like
Oh,
purples and blacks and oranges. So it's like Halloweeny. And this
yes.
person says that
You
they're going for full Halloween vibes. So
should
you should
put a link in it. Yeah. Um, I like this. I think you're unsure, but I think this looks great. I don't know how close raspberry and cactus flower are. Sometimes Cold Ink, the swatches show up a lot darker on the website that they do in person. So just keep that in mind when you're using Quilt Ink. If you don't have like swatches on hand, I would err on the assumption that things are going to be lighter in person. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, on this. Uh, that's just kind of how I feel. Oh, this is gonna be cute. I mean, all of these. I really feel like you can't really go wrong with this pattern too. This is kind of like Wildwood Creative. This, yeah, you had something similar to this, Olivia, in the.
yeah, that was my mock-up. Looks like someone
Oh,
actually put colors to it.
nice.
I like it. Oh, I love this one too.
I put the mini starry
Uh,
Halloween one in this Zoom chat if anyone wants to look at it.
cool. Yeah, I think we talked about this. It's really hard to tell, like I said, clothing. I think these are probably all too similar.
Yeah, I shared the photo of the swatches a little down. That's like in the
Okay.
nighttime, and then I shared one further down today of what they actually look like in person. Yeah, that one.
Which were the three that were picked? These bottom three?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say moss and avocado are definitely. I would say all of these are erring on the side of too close together. I would pick your favorite and then go darker on one side and then lighter on the other side, just to. Otherwise, the pattern will just get. I mean, the design will be lost, and um, you know, you won't be able to see the full design. Oh, this mood board situation, I'm here for it.
I
I'm
really like that one.
I really like this one too.
Uh,
How would you even I mean, I feel like I have to go with left. No, I don't
I
know.
mean, we're ending the sew along in September, so that would make a perfect into fall quilt.
Okay, but the right's so cute. I mean, if I would almost do the white gingham as the background and bring the pink. I don't know, maybe not. Honestly, I don't know. I can't say because I like both these. Top tier. Love pink and green. All these values look great. I mean, I think it'd be successful. I don't think you were gonna go with a navy background on this one. I forget.
Yeah,
I
that one
like the
I
navy.
mocked up and it looks really good with a yellowy, like light banana color almost.
Oh, okay.
And then I
I
think it
also
would
like the
also look
navy.
really good with like a really dark navy too, because it would make those colors pop
Yeah,
really well.
it really does. These are really fun colors. Yeah, and then so I think this is a great example of people picking out a background. Backing and background I always mix up. Kind of taking inspiration from a backing. I don't know, these are wildly different. I don't know. Kind of like comparing an apple and an orange here. Really, I think that's just going to be depend on what vibe you want. They both look great, but you know, yeah, I like these too. I mean, you guys are all killing it. There are none of these that I don't think would work. You know, anyone has any oh my God, dog just hacked in the background. Um, so yeah, here's an example where the background, well, I don't know if this is considered directional, but it might be a little busy to have like a super, um, like, I don't know, such a big print as a background. Oh my God, I did it again. But I think this would be really cute. So it's like way more subtle as a background. Um, just like more of like not a blender, but like just smaller, subtle print. Yeah, I think we mocked some of these up and they look really good. Or you suggested different options, but nice. Oh, okay, yeah, but this one, I think maybe it would make such a good backing. But if you have enough to make the white the background, I think that might be more successful, in my opinion.
That print may read as different colors throughout because of the distribution of colors throughout that print.
Mhm.
So it may make it like a wild card situation where it's like if you've ever used one of those like ombre fabrics where it's like saturated and then goes light and then gets darker or saturated again
Yeah,
throughout the width of fabric, it may end up having that same effect where it's like different colors throughout.
that's a good point.
yeah. I just think as a backing, you might lose some of the design of the pattern. But I don't know.
I love those colors.
Yeah, the colors are great. The colors are great. I love the vintage vibes. I think the pattern has big enough pieces where a big bold print like this definitely works. So yeah, this is super cute. This is just like very see like this is an example where it is very low volume, low contrast. These are like kind of arguably like all in the same value range, but I feel like you can go with that vibe, like, and like kind of make, like you can make it work.
I feel like it's if the contrast is enough and it's consistent, you can get away with
Yeah.
it, as opposed to if a lot of them are too close and then you have one that's really high
And yeah,
contrast. That looks weird.
I think like it's like an all or nothing. Like this is going for the low volume, like the low contrast, and it works because like that's the direction. And like, but if you randomly put in like a black in the middle, it'd be like, whoa, that's like too much because everything else is like the same.
Pauline, I don't know if you're here, but in that message, it mentions that the background is marvelous. Are those other three colors from art gallery as well? If you're here, I don't.
Yeah, yep, they are. They're I washed them and
Yeah, it was either that or you like dyed them yourself. Because I was
no,
like,
Yeah.
I washed them. That's why they're kind of
Yeah, I was like, these look like
crinkly. It's
yeah, I was trying to figure out what colors they could be because I was trying to account for that marvelous color when like changing it on my screen to make it look more like marvelous in
give me
person.
just a second. Because I did buy them for the Caria quilt, and then I went in a different direction, and then then it's stash apricot crepe is the orange.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, so a little more pinky than what I'm seeing on my screen. Because that looks straight up orange to me. But apricot crepe looks kind of pinky.
Yeah, it also
Banana
feels like it's
cream
lighter.
is the yellow. And they are, when I put them in black and white, they were really the same, but I thought like a washed out vintage might be kind of fun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
And like you said, they all kind of read exactly the same. And for some reason, something waters. This one is, I think it got
Tranquil Waters.
Tranquil Waters.
Tranquil Waters is the blue.
That's
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry,
exactly like
I missed the yellow. What was the yellow?
Banana cream.
Banana cream. Okay. All right, thank you.
Love it.
Yeah, I think that's like definitely a vibe going all low volume. Like, yeah. I mean, even this one arguably is kind of in the same-ish boat. But I know it's gonna look cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just making sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, gonna be cute. Is this a? Okay, no. This was a very similar color scheme in the Ruby and B pool that I did, or the live that I did. That like watermelon crush one.
Oh yeah, watermelon.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So cool. Yeah, anyone that has any questions? Anyone feeling like not confident or worried?
I'm just gonna say thanks. I'm gonna jump off. I'm falling asleep on the call. I just got back from 1,200 miles, 23 fabric store shop up.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Well, thanks for joining.
4 days on the road, and I'm like totally having trouble staying awake on the call.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I'm super excited to get started. I will be more excited even after I get some sleep tonight. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I actually think most of the calls are on start at 5. I think we accidentally started these at 5:30. So better for East Coast time starting at 5.
Normally
so
I'm
just
fine.
Yeah.
It's just I drove about 8 hours in the car.
Oh no.
So,
oh yeah. Get some
so
sleep. All right. Thanks for joining.
Thanks. Bye.
There are no curves in the quilt.
There was a version of this pattern where the very beginning part said something about you have a eagerness or desire to learn curves. I don't remember how it was worded. That was a leftover from last one. There are no curves.
Yeah.
So if you saw that there.
I was like, did I see that? What?
No, it was a product of the fail of copy and paste.
Yep. So it's
Just
the
straight
enemy and
stitching on this
the
one.
yeah.
But we do get to play with or actually I don't know if I'm allowed to say. Oh wait.
No, don't say.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know what you're about to say, but don't say it.
Yeah, if you're about to talk about the elements in the quilt, do not say.
Okay.
That'll come week 3.
Glad I stopped myself. But in now.
Yeah.
But there are no curves.
Yeah, we will say. Well, last time we did say there were curves because we wanted to, I know people get nervous about curves, so we wanted to be very clear that there was going to be curves. But usually we don't talk about like the elements. Yeah.
Imagine getting into week 3 after buying all of your fabric and realizing you're not ready to tackle curves, and that's what's ahead. It's just not a quilt full of curves.
Yeah. You're like, what? Okay, what's next? I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, the only thing left
Well,
was to show off the quilt kits.
Yeah.
If you want to pull up Full Moon Fabric Co.'s website. But you
yeah,
also
open a
just went through
browser.
them in Discord, so.
Yeah, they're all in Discord. Also under Discord, discounts and kits, they're in there. And yeah, lots of, if you just go to Full Moon Fabric Co. too. Got a lot of good ones. And also she has like every single solid color under the moon. So if you need help and you want her to like create a custom quilt, I'm talking on Tara's behalf right now, but I'm sure she would totally help you out with that. If you want to like see a combination, she loves doing it. If you create something on Quilt Ink and you're not sure about the values and you want her to like send a picture of them stacked on top of each other, I mean, don't go crazy and annoy her and then don't make a purchase, but like, I'm going to. But she loves doing that. So, and she takes great photos that like really, really show you what the colors look like, which is super important because sometimes on the computer it's really hard to tell. So, yeah, definitely use her as a resource.
Can I show y'all what I'm thinking for mine?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I don't know how well these actually show up, but it's like sandstone, what is this? Gingerbread, sweet fig, which is actually not sweet fig, it was some Kona that I had. And Georgia peach. So this is a little bit of a risk maybe, but I'm willing to take it because I really like this color.
I think it's gonna look great. Yeah.
So,
Like I said, like I think
committed.
it's totally yeah. No, I think it's totally fine to have like low volume areas. It's like you don't need to be like, oh, this needs to be like a stair of like every color needs to be totally different. It's just a good starting point to at least think about that and have it in the back of your mind. Yeah.
Yeah, there was someone in the Cheater Club that shared a full quilt mock-up of her idea. And she's doing all like tones of like cream, beige, white colors.
Yes.
And as long as you can tell
totally
the difference between them, then I feel like it all works. Because there was like some really like there was like a bright white maybe, and then like kind of a like darker beige color, like flesh color almost.
Oh, don't say that. This is a weird word.
Her inspiration was like a statue of Arete, who is the goddess of excellence and virtue, and so it looks like it's carved into rock, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
or marble. Flesh color.
That's what they use, right? Carved into flesh.
Yeah. Carved into stone. Stone toned. I like that better. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. If anyone has any other questions.
Yes, I don't know if it spawned you to say that, but someone just said there's 4 neutrals in the Cheater Club.
Yeah, I was reading the chat.
Okay, got it. Yeah, cool. So this is like the most comprehensive week, really. We don't always do like a presentation. Sometimes we show certain skills and I do like a little overhead, like a little walkthrough tutorial on how to do things. Sometimes it's just a sew-in. And we just come on here and chat about books and TV and sewing, and we just kind of sew and do this. So yeah, that's basically you can just see under the events what to expect for each week. And
Yeah, the next one's happening in week 3, and it'll discuss the section of the pattern that will be released in week 3.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but like, yeah, so it's not always like a presentation style where I'm just talking at you. Usually it's more conversational. So,
yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I guess we can wrap up. I gotta eat some dinner. I guess.
All right,
What's
time
for
to go
dinner?
eat some Taco Bell.
All right. What's for dinner? I don't know. Taquitos. Really been on a taquito kick lately. It's been a problem. The Costco bag of taquitos been like my hyperfixation food right now because it's like microwave.
I'm thinking I'll kick off the recipe channel with my kale
Do
soup
it.
recipe if anyone's
Yes.
interested in kale soup.
Okay, well, I was gonna add some recipes and then I got distracted. So we should get the recipe channel going. Let's all, you know what? I'm gonna try to do like a little like giveaway or something. Sometimes we do like a participation giveaway, and in the thing it'll be like, you know, write something in this channel or whatever, and we'll get the recipe channel going
No.
and do a little giveaway. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining, everyone. Hopefully this is helpful. If not, let me know if you have any questions, and yeah, we'll be around.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Night.